praiseforwarwear.com.
Okay, I am super excited to be joining you today. My name is Praise Forward, and I am really excited because this is going to be an amazing session. I mean, it's something that really going to blow your mind, and I promise you. Okay, so this is a pre-Valentine session. Tomorrow is Valentine, and you know by tomorrow evening at about 9 p.m. Central Time, which should be about 4 a.m. Nigerian time. I'm going to be starting a Wednesday series that it's going to blow your mind if you're single or if you're married. You don't want to miss that for anything. But today I'm doing a pre-Valentine session on finding your soulmate in 3 months. A lot of people, always wonder if it's possible for them to find a soulmate in 3 months or within the shortest possible time. But I always tell people that is something I've helped people do over and over again, provided people are willing to pay the price and do the needful. Because a lot of people have been told all kinds of things which did not work. And if you know me very well, you know that I will not just come out to share what doesn't work, because my model works and it's worked for people over the years, right? And so I am going to be taking you through a session of titled Finding Your Soulmate in 3 months. Okay, I hope you are ready. Finding your soul in 3 months. Now you want to ask me, how easy it is to find your soulmate in 3 months. Man, praise, aren't you being ridiculous? How do you promise that? But it's something I promise, and it's something I can deliver on, especially if you are willing to pay the price and do the needful. Because over a period of time, I found out consistently that many people actually want to get their spouse, but they don't know what they need to do. The first things they need, because they're confused, they've tried all kinds of dating sites and it's not working. Well, I am the dating site and I'm the dating guru, and I know that it works. And it's something, interestingly, something I've done from college in the early 90s, where guys will come and meet me and tell me what did they say to ladies, to say yes, and ladies will come and meet me to say, Prince, can you help us identify who the right guy is based on everything they're saying? So it's something I have done consistently over and over and over again. But I'm just going to give you about 5 tips that I think can help you today, right? And so a lot of people say to me, oh, Praise, it's very tough, to find the right spouse. It's tough to find the right guys. The right ladies don't exist. And I always say to them, that mindset alone, it's already, a sentence on your marital destiny, because your deal, I love the part of the Bible that says that, as the thinking is, that so it is. It says, death and life is in the power of the tongue, and those that love it will eat the fruit thereof. So if you have a mentality that says that, oh, bright husbands as cars, bright wives as cars out there, what you've done is you have activated your reticular activating system to begin to activate your fears into your life. And that happens consistently to a whole lot of people. And so you want to look at yourself and ask yourself, do you really want to get married? And a simple test is what I always share with a lot of singles who want to get married. And I always ask them, you really think you want to get married? Then I ask them, can you write out a list of 11 friends that you know are singles, they share your values, they are eligible, and they are also ready to marry? In all my meetings, only about 2 or 3 can actually produce about 4 guys or 4 ladies who share their values, who think like them, breathe like them, act like them, and are singles. So you find this pattern where people have neglected the art of friendship, and so yet they want to get married. So you look at their action, you know that they are not planning to get married. They only say it in their mouth, but their action contradicts what they're saying. Because if you don't have 5 friends or 10 friends out of which you can choose a partner, where is it going to come from? So they expect some guy from nowhere to just show up. And I say this as a professional of 21 years, 24 now, that it's tougher to actually blend with a newbie than someone that you have a history or that you've been friends with. Because friendship is the crucible in which great relationships are forged. And so when you're dealing with your friend, you know what to expect than someone whose history you don't know. So in adjusting what we call beliefs compatibility or beliefs alignment, it becomes a very tough process. I'm not saying it doesn't work. After all, dating sites, it is not working. People won't be in business, right? But it works. However, it's a longer route. Now, so today, I'm going to be sharing with you Very simple steps that I think can help you find your spouse within the next 3 months. Are you ready? Okay, so the first step I'm going to be sharing with you is you need to become the MVP. You need to become the MVP. What it simply means is MVP is the most valuable product, right? And so you are the one that is seeking, and so I'm asking what energy resides in you. One of the first things I do with many of my clients who want to get married in a particular year is to first work on their aura, work on their energy, and do what we call human engineering programming for them. And why do we do that? Because a lot of people do not know that every time you work, you are a walking field, right? You are a walking magnetic field, and you emit frequency consistently. The frequency you emit determines the kind of people you attract into your life. So, say for instance, you have a lot of trauma that you've not processed, and yet you're a good person. You want to get married, you want to marry the right guy or the right babe out there. Now, what happens is every time you work, your energy field emits frequency, and the frequency you are emitting is both the good you and the traumatized you. So, oftentimes, if you're listening to me and you feel that you attract consistently the wrong set of people, traumatized people, hurting people who eventually hurt you, what you don't know subliminally is that there is a part of you that is sending that signal out. And so, what we do in human engineering programming is we first help people put themselves in shape and make them so good, forgiving of themselves, kind to themselves, and they become indispensable to themselves. Truth is, every babe, every girl there is looking for the most valuable product. And most valuable product is not just good character. Most valuable product is an all-rounder. So when you think about Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, if you're a football fan, in a team, or LeBron James in a team, you know what to expect. That magic begins to happen. So what it means is your character and then your ability, be a solid partner who can provide direction, who can provide counsel, and without neglecting the bedroom part of it when you eventually get married, you have to be an all-rounder, literally. So a lot of people have overdeveloped a side of their life at the detriment of other people. So I say a lot of people, they develop the spiritual side of them because they think, oh, God-fearing is number one quality, but then the social side of them is very, very weak. So they don't have social network outside of religious friends. And so you find out that they have overdeveloped a part of their life at the expense of the other. So you need to become the most valuable product. That's the first thing that needs to happen, right? And so if you, before you go out and say, oh, I want to find my partner in 3 months, I'm always asking, okay, so let's assume you find a partner today. Can you tell me what you can have? What are you bringing to the table that makes you indispensable to that guy? And then they begin to look at me because there's a lot of unprocessed trauma in them. Okay, so did you get that? So how many of you are most valuable product yourself? If you're not, and you know that there's a trauma in you, you know there's a challenge in your life, you have anger issues, I'm here. I can walk you through an entire program that puts you back in shape and you be in control of your life, and you become a walking gold mine, that is emitting the right energy, and you would see how many people you attract. Because once your aura changes, what you attract changes. That's why Joe Dispenza says that your personality determines your personal reality. And that takes me to number two. And number two is you need to create a cycle of MVPs. Now, the moment your aura changes and your energy changes, you now begin to attract most valuable product to yourself. And there is a way to do that. If I were still single, I will be in control of who I'm going to date, and I'll be in control of my life. And this is the simple thing I do for many of my clients. I get them to throw a meeting, right? It's a meeting that they host by themselves, and they bring in strictly single. So if you're a lady, I would recommend that you invite at least 70% guys and 30% ladies, right? And you're not saying to them that it's a dating game or something. It's just singles hanging out and mingling and just having discussion. So there will be finger foods and all kinds of things. We can see a movie, we can play games. There'll be an MC or a moderator who's moderating the meeting. But then I usually will select specific subjects that I want them to have discussions on. Now, all the people attending the meeting are not aware that we're having discussions, because in those discussions, you will be able to test people's mind. You will know their knowledge, you will know their worldview, their belief system, because once your beliefs don't align, that becomes unequal you. That's why it's been quoted that do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. An unbeliever is someone who doesn't believe what you believe. And once someone doesn't believe what you believe, a friction is going to happen in your marriage if care is not taken. And that's why it's very important for you to be careful how you select. So in that meeting, which we most likely host in your house or, in a space that you are in control of, you can literally monitor how people are responding to issues and how people are having conversation. And the goal is basically to get them to a level where you're going to narrow down your pick to like the top three whose worldview resonate with you, right? And who share your worldview. Now, once you create a circle of MVPs, which is a circle of friends that you have who share your values, who think at your level, and you need to go out of your way to make some of these friends. You need to volunteer at food banks, you need to go to a restaurant and volunteer to serve as customer service officer. You just go to various places where you know that people are at and where you can meet these people. And that takes me to, when you are done, the meeting you can even tell friends, maybe if you have like three friends, tell them if they have friends who share similar values, let them also, invite those friends into your circle. And that takes me to the first thing, which is you need to set up an MVP funnel. Now, that's the meeting I described earlier on, wherein you need to set up a kind of meeting where everyone comes together and you are going to pre-select certain topics. Now, it's not a one-off meeting. It's going to be a meeting that happens maybe once a month or once a week, depending on the availability of those people. Now, someone is thinking, what if they're not in the same city? Then you can set up a virtual meeting. It can also be done virtually. But the person who is going to anchor the program must be someone who is very solid and who is very strong, who understands the dynamics of moderating a system. Now, what you're doing is you are interjecting and you are pushing out your views forward, but also you are paying attention and listening intently at that meeting. And that takes me to the fourth thing which you need to do. Now, from that, attract your kind. What does that really mean? It means that simply you need to now pick the top three that you want to take, because dating is focused friendship, right? So you want to keep the focus a bit and go on a date with them to find out what you feel. I taught a class, you can find it out on my YouTube page, where I talked about 4 things you need to watch out for in choosing a spouse: who they are to themselves, who they are to the people around them, who you are to yourself, and who they are when they're with you, right? So when you go on a date with them, you want to figure out and you want to listen to your soul, you want to listen to your spirit and see if you resonate, right? If you can relate with them, you want to check out how did they get angry, how did they recover from anger. So when someone is saying, oh, I had this friend, we've been friends and they did something and I went on social media and I fought them dirty and I destroyed them, then that's someone who is likely not able to handle conflict and is going to literally mess you up eventually if you get in a relationship with them. So you want to be a bit more careful about people like that. Okay, so you want to attract your kind from that meeting. I would really recommend reduce it to about 3, right? Once you reduce it to top 3, and that takes me to the next one. And you notice that I say attract your kind. I did not say attract your opposite, because one of the things that serves as an impediment is when people are looking for their opposite. Opposite things will attract. Opposite beings will first attract, but they can repel if care is not taken. It doesn't mean your opposites cannot work. It just simply means that you are better off with your kind, because then you have similar values, similar worldviews, similar personalities, and then you can take decisions faster, and then you know what to expect over a period of time. And that takes me to the final thing you need to do, which is now make your choice. Make your choice, make your choice, make your choice. The choice is yours. So from the 3, you want to pick the one that stands out without necessarily breaking friendship with the others. Now, what you have done for yourself is that you have created a support system and you have created an entire system that serves you, because now you have a group of people who share your values. Now you have your inner 3, then you have the top 1. Now that top 1 is the one that you have chosen out of the others, then you can take it to the next level. Now, I must say that attracting, your soulmate is one thing. Retaining them and taking it to the next level is another thing. Now, that's not what I'm sharing here. It's just attraction. That's what I'm saying. And in 3 months, you can actually get this done. That is presupposing that you are already a most valuable product. And many people can say to themselves, I'm a most valuable product. And that's also presuppose that you have at least 5 core friends who share your values. As a matter of fact, when I'm working with people in finding their spouses, I realize that the person that they are so resonant is actually someone in their past. And the person is not also married. The person is also looking for them, but they have to attract themselves. All right? So you need to realize that it's as simple as what I've shared, but I need you to know that the first thing, like I mentioned, is you need to transform your life and become your most valuable product. And that's why this weekend I'm starting a 13-week session that is called Human Engineering Programming, which is a program where I totally help people redesign their life to become highly powerful and transformed. They want to create a life of their dreams. They want to master the rules of engagement. They want to live their authentic life and live above limitations. So your parents did not consult you before they gave you a name, gave you a religion, put you in a school, raised you in an environment. All those things done to you have an effect on you. So if you think that you are not yet your most valuable product, you want to be better, you want to be a figure that is infectious, indispensable everywhere you go, then you want to sign up for this class. There's a payment plan. You can do the scan code and quickly join before we set up the class. Classes we hold 7 a.m. CST. It's usually an early class. If you're in Africa, it's about 2 p.m. Nigerian time. You don't want to miss this for anything. Anyways, tomorrow is on Valentine's Day, and I'm going to be live, at 9 p.m. CST as I begin to start a series for single and married, on how to find love. I'm going to be teaching on the laws of love, in subsequent meetings. But you want to invite your friends, let them join me. Please press the subscribe button and do share this video with as many people as possible. This is the year that everyone who wants to get married is going to find their soulmate. And in Nigeria, I love the way they say it. They say in 2024, we no degree for anybody. What that means is that we're not going to bow our head and accept mediocrity or accept failures. We're going to go all out to make our life work. Okay, so I can't wait to see you tomorrow. But please listen to this over and over again. Act on it and then sign up for that class. You don't want to miss this class for anything because everything about you is going to change. I'll see you. Bye bye.